Hello guys, what is up? MaxKydra, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to take a look at the recently released Star Wars The Force Awakens screenplay. So recently the Star Wars The Force Awakens screenplay has been floating around the internet, and from this screenplay we got a lot of answers that were unanswered before, because the movie left us with a plethora of questions, and with the recently released screenplay, a lot of them got answered. And we also discovered a few new things about the movie that, that cannot be translated via the film, but when in writing and when you see what was intended by the script, you can see that this character was expressing this certain emotion and such. But yeah, I got a few pictures here on my phone. I'm just gonna go through it now. Actually, I literally took pictures of the script from my computer because I don't know, I was just too lazy to screenshot it. Anyway, let's take a look at the first one. The relationship between Kylo Ren and General Hux. So in the movie, you can see that Kylo Ren and General Hux, they're not really buddies. They always try to one-up each other, and both of them really tries hard to compete for Snoke's approval. And yeah, during that dialogue when the First Order has recently discovered that FN 2187, or Finn I should say, has defected from the First Order. That when Kylo Ren was debating with General Hux whether they should actually use clones instead of the highly trained stormtroopers. And when Kylo Ren threatened General Hux to find that droid for his sake. And there's this line that really got to me, Ren heads off, Hux hates him. In the movie, that even though they one-up each other, very, very frequently, how they always try to, how both of them always try to make the other one look bad, basically in front of Snoke. It really seems like a healthy competition, but from the script, really seems like Hux really hates Kylo Ren, And of course, but there is this line between Kylo Ren and Hux, because again, Kylo Ren is a Force user, no matter how much you hate him, well, that slash of a lightsaber can kill you instantly, So it was different between the relationship between Darth Vader and Grand Moff Tarkin, Tarkin really had a leash on Vader, And honestly, you can see that between them they respected each other equally. But with Ren and Hux, they both hate each other. But both Hux and Ren know that Ren can easily kill off Hux if he wanted to. So no matter how much Hux hates Ren, Hux, he knows when to keep his distance, basically. So yeah, that's really interesting in my opinion. Maybe not too interesting for you guys, but I like it when you get to explore the dynamics between two characters this deep. But yeah, the second one is the name of the planet, So the planet when the Resistance was regrouping was called Dakar, DQAR basically. And the planet, that green lush planet home to MaxKydra's place, was called Takodana. And the last planet that we saw when Rey found Luke was called Ahch-To. So Ahch-To, Hak means brother in Hebrew, and sounds a lot like Act 2, don't you think? Because episode 8 is coming, and it's basically the second act of the trilogy. And yeah, hopefully we get to discover Act 2 more in the coming months, with the books and such. I really love reading Star Wars books. I recently finished A Lost Stars, and I highly recommend that you guys get that book, as it's such a lovely book with wonderfully written characters, and the story spans that from between episode 3 and 4 until the Battle of Jakku. So yeah, lots of info that we got from that book. But yeah, anyway, going back to the topic here. So yeah, I will actually explain more of Luke's location throughout this video, basically. And now, let's talk about that vision that Rey had. Now, it is confirmed from the script that indeed the place that Rey saw was Bespin when Luke and Vader had their duel. It's quite interesting that the division led Rey to that place, probably because it was Luke's lightsaber that got lost there. And of course, a lot of people have been debating about this, whether when Rey was left on Jakku, the person that held her hand was either maybe Luke, but no, actually you can actually see from the movie that it's Unkar Plutt, but a lot of people kept debating that maybe it was Luke, but nope, from the script it was confirmed as Unkar Plutt, just a little nod there, just a little info there. And of course, during Rey's vision, we see that Kylo Ren and the rest of the Knights of Ren was slaughtering a bunch of warriors, a bunch of Jedi, and yeah, that is confirmed to be the place that Luke was training the next generation of Jedi. And the temple was not really specified; it was described as a temple that was burning. Again, not specified. Hopefully, we get more info on that, where Luke actually trained the next generation of Jedi. Now let's talk about that death scene of Han Solo. So yeah, this was a very interesting scene, especially from the perspective of the screenplay. You get to see a lot of emotion that you didn't see from the characters in the movie, because it was a lot of, and of course there are those, there are those inner thoughts that just couldn't be translated through facial expressions, But when Han was looking at Kylo Ren from behind him, Han was actually uncertain, he wasn't actually going to approach Ben Solo until he heard like an inner voice from Leia, basically. And yeah, that was the thing that made Han actually scream Ben, So yeah, if Han didn't think of Leia during that scene, then he would not approach Kylo Ren. And Kylo Ren didn't actually know. He didn't know that Han Solo was actually there. Like, he sensed his presence, and to some extent, but he wasn't planning, to go to that bridge and leading Han there, so he would be killed by Kylo Ren. A lot of people thought that Kylo Ren was planning this all along. He was going to that bridge and he was gonna wait for Han there and he's gonna kill him. And yeah, that was not the case, turns out. This is probably one of the most interesting points that we got from the screenplay. So when Kylo Ren killed Han Solo, his father, he said thank you, and I thought that Kylo Ren really embraced the dark side when that happened. His journey to the dark side was basically complete. Like, he killed the one person that's blocking his way from allowing him to truly convert to the dark side, and when he said thank you, that means like, well, it's done, he's fully converted to the dark side. But no, Kylo Ren is actually horrified when he killed Han Solo. He was shocked, basically. He was in fact weakened by this wicked act. So this is really interesting, Kylo Ren. That means there is a chance that Kylo Ren might be redeemed, even though I really don't want that to happen. I really want to see that Luke Skywalker being so conflicted because he trained this young warrior and he failed, and it eventually led to his best friend's death, basically. And I want to see that anger within Luke, that regret in the next episode. But yeah, that's just me. So yeah, this is really interesting. Again, this is another example that Kylo Ren is such a great villain, because you can see the conflict within him, and a lot of people call him whiny. No, he's not whiny. Hayden Christensen was whiny. Kylo Ren is a perfect example of a fully conflicted villain. He's a villain. He's not that usual character that gets seduced to the dark side. He's this person who's evil, but he's being tempted to go to the light side. So that's really interesting. Now let's talk about that last scene when Rey found Luke Skywalker on the planet Acto. So turns out Luke, in some extent, in some way, he knows Rey. Like, he wasn't surprised that Rey was there. Like, there was a part in the screenplay that said he doesn't need to ask her who she is or what she is doing here. His look says it all. So that's really interesting. Does Luke recognize Rey because he truly knows her before, or maybe it's because of the Force? We don't know yet. Hopefully we get more clarification on that. So yeah, that's really interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see the future of Luke and Rey's relationship in the coming months, especially when episode 8 is released. But yeah, that is it, guys. So yeah, we inspected further upon the screenplay of The Force Awakens to get some hidden details. So yeah, that's it was a very interesting way to get a different perspective from the movie, you know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you do, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to the channel for more quality Star Wars content, guys. Anyway, this is MaxKydra signing off. Peace, may the Force be with you guys.